Hello, friends. Hi, Victoria Sorvati here with a message on our getting healthy and our upcoming Tu B'Shvat experience, where we integrate a fast or a keto diet, where we can reset our bodies to this new year. It's time to get healthy. This is every year we do this as a group and hold one another accountable, which is so important. We've already determined in the last few weeks an eye-opening spiritual significance of the incredible health benefits of the 7 species that are recorded in Deuteronomy 8:9. And so, as we look at these fruits and these foods, we need to consider that this was a gift from God that He gave His people in a land that shouldn't have been able to sustain this type of harvest or this type of growth of food. It says here in Deuteronomy 8:9, you won't go hungry. It's a promise to God, to His people. Wheat and barley fields. I can imagine Him just kind of explaining this to them, and they're imagining what God is going to do in this land that He has promised them. Wheat and barley fields are everywhere. And so are vineyards and orchards full of figs, pomegranates, and olive trees. And there is plenty of honey. It sounds like He's just building up this beautiful paradise where there's just a lush garden and plentiful abundance of food. And not only is it food, but it's healthy, good food. Science has already confirmed that these are wonder foods, that they make the body so healthy, full of nutrition, full of antioxidants, and able to balance our sugar levels. It's amazing. Not only that, they're satiating foods. Once you eat them, you feel like you've had a meal. Like you don't feel hungry. It stops the craving for more food. So it suppresses the appetite. We also have determined the backing of this scientific understanding that these foods are good for not creating any types of cancers, but actually reversing cancers. And so a lot of foods that we eat causes cancers to grow in our body. They're full of chemicals and full of pesticides and sugars that are refined, and a lot of carbon in the salt and the refinement of our processed foods. These are whole foods. These are precious, nutritious foods, and science has confirmed that these foods are the one and the same. So let's integrate the elements of this upcoming event, Tu B'Shvat, which I'm going to remind you is celebrated on the 15th of Shavat, which is that is what Tu B'Shvat means. The month of Shavat comes in our February time period, and it's right smack in the middle of winter when everything is freezing cold. It's the day that we celebrate the 7 species that I mentioned before, 7 species of these awesome foods. And we do it by creating a Tu B'Shvat Seder dish. So we will be having on February 15th, I think, whatever that Friday is, right after the 13th, we're going to have our Tu B'Shvat Seder plate available there at our Shabbat meal, so we can experience these wonderful foods that God promised His people, a gift to the land and a gift to His people. And thank God we are grafted in, and so we get to enjoy the abundance of God's provision. It's the time of year when we realize, we start understanding what we did to our bodies during the holiday season, our seasonal indulgence, if you will, of holiday foods and overeating of foods. We're reminded that it's time to start all over again, hit the restart button, and make a healthy start of our diets in the year of 2025. It's our annual resolution that some of us enter into together to hold each other accountable for making this happen in our own bodies. Losing some weight, because a lot of us gained weight over this season. and getting our bodies healthy again, getting off of the sugar, putting away and even throwing away those cookies and pies that are by now, they're probably not any good. So let's get rid of them. Let's toss those and let's start brand new on a reset button. We purpose to fast in this time unhealthy carbs. All the things like the sugary sweets, the pies, and the breads even. Now, there are certain breads that you can eat that are very low in carbs. There are low-carb breads all over the market, so we can concentrate on those. But the main thing is to get rid of the unhealthy carbs and to limit the amount of carbs that we eat during this time. Carbs are sugar, basically, and our body converts immediately those sugars to energy. If we don't put a lot of those carbs in our body, then there's nothing for the body to break down to make energy. So what does it do? It breaks down fat. That is the principle behind a low carb diet. And so we are going to do that again. It's called a keto diet. And why it's called a keto diet is because it puts your body into ketosis. And that means you're actually burning fat for energy. And a lot of people who are on the keto diet lose anywhere from a half a pound to a pound per day once you achieve ketosis. It takes about 3 to 4 days to get into ketosis, but with the help of these satiating foods that God has given us on this Tu B'Shvat, it actually makes us not hungry, and we're able to have we feel like we're eating. And actually on a keto diet, you can have all the protein you want. So all the chicken, steak, and fish that you want, and you can have eggs, all that you want. You can even have butter and some cheeses. So it really, you're not really losing anything but those sugary sweets. Now, we do have to limit the carbs to 50 net carbs per day. So you are having to pay attention. And so I will have a handout for everyone who wants to be a part of this resolution and this time period where we hold one another accountable and do this together to reset our bodies to get healthy. It's an easy to follow diet. And once you start ketosis, you will be so motivated to stay on it. You might want to stay past the 3 weeks that we're recommending. Most people lose about 8 to 15 pounds in that 3-week time period. So I'm sure all of us are thinking, well, that might be a really good idea. I might be able to fit back into the clothes that I was wearing before the season, or maybe even go down a size smaller for some of us. So, and I'm going to vote for that one for me, a size smaller. Let's do it. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing starting on February 13th, but we'll start actually officially on that Shabbat afterwards on the 15th. So I really hope that you will join us this year, and let's stand shoulder to shoulder as we get healthy in 2025 and take advantage of the great and wonderful foods that God has given us. It's for our health. It's for our it's a total health. Our mind, for a clear mind. It's for a good heart. It's for our body staying in a state of health in a continuous way. Some people have taken this diet and they've actually made it a habit. And that's not a bad idea. We can stay healthy that way instead of, going back and forth. But anyway, if you want to be a part of it, we would love to have you stand with us on this Tu B'Shvat of 2025. God bless you and have a wonderful day.